What would it feel like to play Battlegrounds on your phone without any lag or animations holding you back? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Arcane Rush, an auto-battler that was designed to be played on your phone. The gameplay is very similar to Battlegrounds. The game is asynchronous, so there is no turn timer. That means phone players are not at a disadvantage. You can take as long as you need on difficult turns with lots of actions and decisions. You still play versus other players by being matched against the board someone had at the same turn. Because this might be the first time you see any Arcane Rush gameplay, I'm going to be here right beside you guys explaining everything. I just ask that you would take 2 seconds to click the link in the description or the pinned comment, download the game on your phone. That would be a huge support. And as always, please enjoy the video. All right, guys, let us dive into this Elf Run. As you can see, the available types at the top are Aztecs, Orcs, and Elves. I take this hero, it's very specifically nice for Elves because every 4th unit you sell, you get an additional unit. And Elves have a mechanic called Combo, which triggers when you play a unit of the tier or higher. So this deer that we just picked up is tier 1 Combo. It gets +3/+3 until the end of the round. Now the combo ability itself is not that important, but the fact that we can trigger the combo easily is important. Because there is a tier 5 elf we're going to go for, which is the Archivist, and that will give my whole board a lot of stats for every combo that has been triggered that turn. Here you can see me leveling and grabbing a relic. If I lose this one, I get a tier 3 in my hand. Yeah, we're definitely losing this one, so we're going to get that. Also, have a little bit evil twin Shady over there, but he's going to go soon. I realize that I'm blocking the hand. I'm blocking the cards that are in the hand here. So I'm going to move my camera while I was playing it. So the first thing you want to pay attention to in Arcane Rush is you can see at the top left, Group A, 3 rounds left. The first 5 rounds are quite important. You need to gather trophies. You can see that we currently only have 1. You get 1 if you tie, 3 if you win, but 0 if you lose. So you really want to pick the moment where you want to tier and where you want to push for trophies. So you saw that my previous turn was really big. So my turn 2 I leveled, my turn 3 I got really strong. And that essentially gave me a really good setup where I have a lot of power on my board. I can start farming trophies now. I just leveled last turn and I picked up a relic. This relic, it's like the typewriter we have in Battlegrounds now, where it'll copy the first unit I buy. So one of my favorite things to do in Battlegrounds as well is to then power level and get like a big minion with that. So that's what I'm going to try and do this game as well. So we see that the group stage has just ended. So now everybody just has 3 hearts. So at the start, there's 16 players, and then essentially the top 8, right? The top 4 of both lobbies, they make it, and then that's the final 8, and they all get 3 hearts. Excuse me. And if you lose a heart. So here, if you're going to lose, you may as well lose very hard because you lose the same amount of life. It's not like you take 5 damage or 20 damage. It's always 1 heart. So we power leveled to tier 5. We took our board. Essentially, we took the early game board as far as it could go. Now it's time to copy a powerful card. This, when you play it, you get an elf, and I would get a golden, and it's okay. This is like Blue Shell. When you lose, you get 5 coins. So I'm tempted to take the 10 gold, but I'm trying to hit that tier 5 elf and just get 2 of them straight away. But unfortunately, I roll it down and I don't get anything. So I still think that's okay if you have the relic that copies the first thing you buy, because it's just such a massive boost if you get 2 good 5 drops. So tier 5 is the max in this game, by the way. You only go to tier 5, you don't go to tier 6. So here I get the blue shell offered again, and I was like, well, I did roll it down last turn and I did lose. So there we go. Gonna put that back in. I roll another one here, which is great. And then I get the triple. So some streamer luck here. So many blue shells, a lot of money. I figured that, hey, I may as well triple it and look for the elf this way, but I don't get it, unfortunately. So we're still hunting right now for that mechanic. We have 15 gold here. We just gained 10 by selling that golden minion that gives us extra money if we have lost a round. Here I'm considering maybe I can do orcs, like that's a pretty good minion for orcs, but this one is really good tempo. It can stabilize us. So when we combo this one, our elves get +1/+1, and this is a fantastic combo shop. Both of these minions are high tier, so they're going to trigger the combo on the elf that we just bought, but they also produce another unit, which is great. Ooh, here we rolled it, by the way. That card in the middle, that's the Archivist, that's the one we need. So now I'm just gonna figure out, ordering-wise, what I'm supposed to play first, because that Archivist will trigger even if it's not on the board from the beginning of the turn. So every combo that has been triggered that turn then buffs my board end of turn, but the Archivist does not need to be on the board to see the combo be triggered, if you will. So all the combos that I'm getting right now, they still count. So you can see it here, right? In the bottom, we've triggered 7. So now we're getting ready. Our hand is really, really stacked. We have lots and lots of money here. And every time we sell 4 units, we're also going to get another random unit. And here you can see really the power of this hero power. It's just cycle, 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 cycle. I love doing that. I feel a little bit like a Gallywix maybe. Just sell, 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 money, money, money. And this is also where it's so nice that you do not have to worry about the turn timer. Because imagine doing this this whole turn if the rope is burning. It's going to be so stressful. And we only have 2 hearts, right? So we really, really don't want to go down to 1 heart this early. So it's all about getting a really, really strong turn now, the way how we got a really strong turn earlier to gain all the trophies. We're going to try to do the same thing now, to just have a big, big turn and start stabilizing. So we currently have 3 combo units on the board. One of them is a 5, one of them is a 4, one of them is a 1. The goal is to get another one of these deer, believe it or not. Even though it's a 1-drop, it kind of makes sense because we want to just trigger as many combos as we want. Or as we can, rather. And we found it, right? There's another deer, so yeet. Let's make some space. The deer is so easy to proc because it means a 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop. It doesn't matter. Every time you play a card, it's going to be 2 combos. So beautiful. Love to see it. Now we don't want to triple this deer later because that's going to reduce the amount of combos we're triggering. There we go. Sell 1 more and then our hero power is going to proc. Perfect. Because then we get another card that we can sell and we can end on that 4-drop in the shop. Beautiful turn. Now we can see how many combos were triggered. 46 combos this turn. So 5/5 to all allies for every combo triggered. That is going to be giant tempo. I'm also explaining that here to the stream. Like, hey guys, just like pay attention to my board. Boom. Yeah, you can see it's just like not even close. It's just holy. And that was because we went full greed, level really quickly. Unfortunately, we didn't copy the Archivist. That would have been insane if we had 2 right now. But we got so much money from those blue shells that, you know, that worked out pretty well. This guy makes a dog token when you play him. And seeing as we have 2 deer on the board right now, that's totally fine. Here, with this one, you can sacrifice a unit in the shop and you get another Aztec, which it's just any card that makes another card for right now is good enough for me. I've got my 2 deer, I've got my Archivist. It'd be great if I could roll another Archivist, but I'm not going to skip all these token cards to chase another Archivist, if that makes sense. So anytime I see token cards, I'm still very happy to buy them. They also just work really well with my hero power. This orc on the left will give me a random orc when I play it. So again, any card, you know, they cost 3 gold. So effectively it's 1 gold for 2 combos every time you get a card that makes another card. And then sometimes the card it makes is also economy. So then you paid 0. So that's wonderful, of course. When you're near the end of your turn, you want to start paying attention to your money because it could be better to just buy high tier minions from the shop. That's probably what I'm looking at right now. So I'm going up to 4 golds. Yeah. Oh, this trader is great. This is when you sell it, you get a 1-drop. So it's again a token. So I got a token for my hero power, I think, which is beautiful. All right, so here I have a nice card to end on. This 1-drop will jump back in my hand at the start of the turn. And seeing as elves are all about cycling, you can let it get buffed end of turn. Start of turn, it pops in your hand. And that way you don't have to sell anything. And you can just keep it and it keeps getting bigger. So I find that it's a pretty fun unit to add to the roster. So some hearts are being lost here and there. We're still holding up fine. 3 people are out. Oh, this is a beautiful shop. So there we go. Start of turn. Pops back in my hand. This blue guy with a staff or the torch, he makes an elf that is between tier 3 and tier 5. So that is quite a nice... I mean, it's a token to begin with, but you could also just get really lucky and get an elf that you want. So unfortunately now we didn't quite get another archivist. That's really what we're gunning for. We see another token in the shop, so very happy to buy that. Just checking if that shield unit, if that's gonna be something that I end up running or not. But get rid of it. This tier 5, it's okay, but I don't want to run it on my board. We got a pretty good thing going here. Just combo, 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 combo. And these deers are just going crazy. Oh, that 5-drop that I just picked up, it's actually better than this 1-drop because it also pops back to your hand at the start of the turn. But it's a 5, and it also grows a little bit for every combo you triggered, or I think for every elf you played, rather. But why is it better to have a 5? It will trigger the combo of my tier 5 and tier 4 combo on the board. Whereas if I just have the 1-drop, it will just trigger the deer. So this minion in the bottom left, it will trigger 2 additional combos per turn, and that does add up over time. So that's why I swap out my cycle slot, essentially. That's my cycle elf. I was like, elf, come back in the Pokeball. All right, so 3 people left, including myself, but a total of 5 enemy hearts. So this can still go on for a little bit, which is fun because in Arcane Rush, even though, you know, we're pretty likely to win the run, seeing as our board is just nasty, you have something called the arena. Ooh, we had another archivist. That's great. I think I just sell my tier 4 combo guy for that here, right? Because it's just, yeah, I'm trying to min-max here because I've got a tier 5 in my hand. I want to play that one first to trigger the combo of the tier 4, then sell the tier 4 so that it can end on the archivist. Yeah, here's another tier 5 that I can play. Because these is like a couple extra combos triggered. Yep, that's another tier 5. So I'm really just milking it right before I sell. Yeah, and the reason why I buy this is because then I have enough money to go to 2 gold, sell it, up to 3 gold, end on the archivist, clean turn. There we go. Boom! Shop empty, perfect money usage. You love to see it. What I was saying earlier is the arena is something where you can take a winning board and then fight other people's winning boards. So in Battlegrounds, if you finish your run, you're essentially just done. It's over. You don't have, you can't really do anything with that board anymore. So that's a really fun little thing that Arcane Rush adds, where if you had a great game, but you're probably winning, it's still fun to min-max to make your board stronger because you can then take it in the arena later. The Clan Wars, it's the same thing. Yeah, we don't want to buy the golden deer. I will buy this orc, however, because it gives multi-strike, so now my deer attacks twice. Can be pretty good to disrupt opponents' combos and stuff if they have something combat related. The way our clan war works is similar, where the whole clan does 2 to 3 runs, and then out of those boards you choose 1 attacking board and 1 defense board. Everybody sets a defense board, and then the enemy clan, they have to fight your defense boards, and you use your offense boards to fight their defense boards. So it's like Battlegrounds where you get to make an unethical board and then you fight other people's unethical boards. So quite fun. And because you have three tries, you can really try to get the best one, right? To set as your defense to give the opponents a hard time. All right. Yeah, with these double archivists, the numbers are just going crazy, right? This turn we're going to exceed 1,000 on our board, which is, you know, quite a bit better than the run I had before this. I don't remember what I played before this. I think it was Pirates. Pirates were fine. I had a decent Pirate run. It was fun, but the Elf run is going better. Because I'm in a good rhythm here. I also hit the nuts with the hero power, to be honest. Like, hitting this hero with elves is just so beautiful. It's just, it's an economy machine, right? It's like a little bit like Gallywix, not quite the same, but gives you that feeling. So I have another multi-striker here. Honestly, I'm just looking for an excuse to buy a card, right? I'm looking for cards that have tokens on them, Or as you can see here, I'm buying because it's the end of the turn, and now I can just buy the whole shop and trigger my hero power, so that's fine. But now my whole board my whole front line has multi-strike, so there isn't really much reason anymore to buy the multi-striker. I guess the best thing for me is if I were to pick up another Archivist, right? Then I would have room to fit another combo unit at the end. The Trader here is another token card. When you sell it, you get a 1-drop. It's also a fun little mechanic where if you have that card on your board in the early game, it upgrades when it dies. So then you get a 2-drop, and then when it dies again, you get a 3-drop. But it's other traders will keep that progression. So if you have 2 traders and they both die, then you get like, you could farm 5-drops out of that pretty quickly. So there's actually a relic that gives you progressive traders. That was very, very good. Although I don't know if that's still in the game because I know they did some balancing and that one might have been too good. It was like a very, very high economy relic. All right, cycle. Yeah, there's another one of those multi-strikers, but don't really want him. It's really not a great target for it. Here's the Orc. The Orc will generate another value card. And it's just so nice to have this tier 5 elf in the hand where I know I'm going to have a card to end on. I know I'm not going to have that annoying decision of like, oh, what am I going to sell next turn, right? Because we've all been there, fall about that, like, ugh, what am I going to sell? This is so so annoying. I need to roll a Mutinous, right? I need to be able to save the stats. And now you don't have to worry. You just say, oh, just back into Pokeball. All right, so we are down to our last opponent. So you've seen me hold some minions in my hand. That's because there's always a next turn, and I don't want my goal to be weird. But now there is no next turn. So now we just have to play everything, right? So even if the gold is a little bit awkward at the end, we don't really want to hold back anything because we want to get as strong as we can possibly be to take this team into the arena. So sell, buy. 11 gold. Ugh, you love to see it. All right, let's see if this triples. Nope. Oh, it's a pair though, right? So this will generating an elf. That is actually scary because generating a random elf could triple the deer, which is a bit awkward. That elf in the top right, by the way, I haven't really talked about it. I just picked up a pair for it. Every time I play a tier 5 unit, which is combo, right? Combo tier 5, I trigger her combo and she gives a random keyword to another elf. That's why you see all these images appear. So you actually have a really fun, strong board here with Overwhelm on my leftmost deer. Overwhelm is like a Wildfire Cleave, where when it attacks, all the excess damage is going to go somewhere else. We also see Ranged being added to the deer now, because start of combat it also triggers. So range means I'm not going to take recoil damage. So it's actually a chonker of a unit to take in the arena. It's got shield, it's got multi-strike, it's going to cleave, and it's not taking any recoil. All right, so wonderful unit. All right, guys, if that looked fun to you, consider downloading Arcane Rush. The link is in the pinned comment. As always, have a nice day.